In the cacophony of our world's chaos, where injustice reigns and suffering cries out, the question echoes in every heart. Why is this so? It is a question that both torments and propels. For many, it becomes the fulcrum of a deeply personal struggle, an inner wrestling with the existence of God and the nature of reality. It was for me. I once stood firmly in the conviction that a world so marred by injustice must surely be a world without God. But in the rubble of my disillusionment, a startling realization emerged. The very argument I wielded against God's existence turned back on itself. To call something unjust, one must first have a notion of justice, a standard unyielding and unbending, transcending mere human opinion. It was as if I had railed against the crooked lines of life while forgetting that I could only recognize them because I knew what a straight line looked like. From where had this straight line come? Was it a construct of human minds, or did it whisper of something or someone beyond us? Atheism had once seemed like a fortress of reason, its walls high and arguments sharp. But the more I examined its foundations, the more cracks I found. To declare the universe unjust is to assume that justice is real and meaningful, not an arbitrary human invention, but a standard independent of our whims. Yet atheism, in rejecting God, also discards any foundation for such an objective moral law. It collapses under the weight of its own claims. If the universe is nothing more than an accidental arrangement of matter, lacking purpose or design, then concepts like justice and injustice lose their grounding. They become mere subjective preferences, no more inherently meaningful than an individual's preference for chocolate over vanilla. Yet, if that were true, why do we as humans care so deeply about questions of right and wrong? Why do we, alone among living beings, grapple with the profound weight of meaning and purpose in our lives? Other creatures seem to function instinctively, untouched by such existential concerns. A fish, for example, swims in water without ever contemplating its wetness. In contrast, we humans are acutely aware of the waters we inhabit, the metaphysical questions of existence, morality, and the nature of reality. This awareness itself is strikingly unique. Could it be that this innate sensitivity to questions of meaning and morality is not a mere evolutionary byproduct, but a signpost pointing to something greater? Perhaps it suggests that our existence is not entirely accidental, that there is more to reality than the material and the mechanistic. This deep awareness of our place in the universe could be evidence of a dimension of existence that transcends the purely physical, a hint of purpose woven into the very fabric of our being. Christianity ultimately provided the framework that made sense of the crookedness I observed in the world and the deep yearning I felt within. Unlike many simplistic or dismissive perspectives, Christianity presents a vision of God that fully engages with the complexities of human existence. It acknowledges the tension inherent in a world where justice often seems out of reach and evil appears to thrive. Yet, rather than dismissing this tension as meaningless, Christianity insists it holds profound significance, rooted in the understanding that the universe was created by a moral and purposeful God. Rather than denying the insights of other worldviews, Christianity recognizes and integrates their partial truths. It weaves these fragments into a cohesive and comprehensive view of reality. It validates the human sense of justice, our indignation at oppression, our desire for good, as evidence of a deeper moral order. This order is not something we constructed. It is a gift from the Creator, whose nature serves as the ultimate standard for good and evil. Through the person of Christ, Christianity offers more than an intellectual explanation. It provides a remedy. In Christ's life, death, and resurrection, the Christian narrative declares that justice is neither forsaken nor forgotten. Instead, it is fulfilled. This profound act of redemption promises that the world's crooked lines, with all their pain and brokenness, will one day be made straight. It is a hope that doesn't deny the present struggle, but assures us that the story ends with restoration and ultimate justice. To wrestle with the problem of justice is to wrestle with the very fabric of existence. It is a journey that begins with questions and doubts, but, if pursued honestly, can lead to a deeper understanding of truth. The crookedness we see in the world is not the final word. It is an invitation to seek the straight line, the ultimate source of justice and meaning. And that source, I have come to believe, is not an abstract principle, but a person. A God who knows our pain, redeems our failures, and calls us to participate in the restoration of all things. Let us then not shy away from the questions, for they are the seeds of discovery. In the face of injustice, let us seek not despair but understanding. And perhaps, in the end, we will see that what appeared to be chaos was never meaningless. Instead, it was part of a greater, intricate design, one woven with purpose and precision by an author whose very essence is justice. May our search lead us not to emptiness but to the profound realization that even in the darkest moments, there is a guiding hand at work, pointing us toward truth, restoration, and hope.